Where my boys at? Hello, Robert. We'll let the crowd trickle in here. I'm not talking yet. Can you hear? Can you hear me now? Owl. Can you hear me now? Perfect. Welcome to Thanksgiving Week 12 recap. I'm your host and leader, Kim, Joe, Un. First, subscribe, pound that like button. So let's get right into it. Let's check out the standings. So as you can see, there's really three guys now that have the chance at the bye. We got Casio 9-3, looking in good shape, followed up by yours truly and the Owl. Now we get into the just condensed part of the standing where anyone can make it, anyone can miss. People that I thought were done are hanging around. The 5 and 7s are not done yet. You got Bone 6-6, Tom 6-6, Goats 6-6, Phil 6-6. You got Mike, Gobbs, Cliff hanging on by a thread, but they're still alive somehow. Just the parity in this league. And Sean and Jim 4-8. You guys done, but you got a nice little battle for last going on. Matchups this week: we got me versus Mike, we got Jim versus Gobbs, Sean versus Phil, we got Rob Bones, big matchup, the Goats Schmurder, and we got Tom against Cliff. So let's start. Let's just get into recapping rivalry week. We know about rivalry week between Phil and Phil, but we're going to save that game first. First, we'll go to me and Sean. Now, I am wearing black, white, black tie because, boys, you know what season it is? It's season ending season. I'm at funerals. I am going to each team I face and I am burying them. First, Sean. See you later. Season ended. Mike, you're next, bud. Season ended. Phil, I got you next week. You know what I want to do? End it. Semifinals, I'm going to end someone else's season. Probably going to be a Bennett bro. And then, Schmurda, on New Year's, you are going to get your season ended. So that's about it. Sean, you're fighting for last. So we'll move on. We got Jim and Mike. Mike, I mean, what happened, bud? Team's good. 5 in a row. You're 5-2. Now you're 5-7. Scoreboard watching. Even wins won't even get you into the playoffs at this point. I mean, your team was struggling for a while, but now it's full strength. You know what? You're still not breaking 80. Jim, probably one of the best 4-8 teams ever in this league. I mean, Hendo, Elliott, Metcalf. I mean, Metcalf has been doing great, but yeah, AJ Brown, like top to bottom, really not that bad. I've seen a lot worse, but you know, you got a 2-game winning streak going, but a little, too late. Next, the Phil Bowl. Now, Owl's 8-2 without playing Phil. Now he's 8-4. I mean, lost both games. He, Phil, he, she, we, he, Hill, Will, Phil. Rob just 3 of the last 4 weeks hasn't broke 90. His team is struggling. You know, he's starting Tony Jones, who's getting like 19 rushes for 27 yards. He's starting Stevenson. You know, Lamar hasn't been himself. Aaron Jones looks like he's not going to be that dog anymore. Kenny Can you get it going before playoffs? I think so. I think there's time, but you gotta start hitting your stride right now. Got mixed and is going off. I mean, I'm 1 year too early on another guy and just chalk it up to Joe Mixon. I mean, I brought him up, his character, and everything, but now he's thriving somewhere else, and I'm happy for him. And Phil Jacobs, Chubb, like he's got some guys, but team still kind of stinks. He's starting Robbie Anderson still, who should not even be rostered in leagues, but that's neither here or there. We got the dynasty against Schmurder. I guess the dynasty's not ended, but it probably will be soon. But he's just hanging on. Lost Waller, but I don't know. He can die another day, but it's probably gonna be next week. Schmurder. It's weird, kind of weird that the calendar changed from November to December, and you caught an L. Now you did take my advice. You didn't want to win 14 in a row. I think that was a good idea from you. You don't want to win every single game for so long. Like you were due for an L, and you got the L, which honestly is probably better for morale in the locker room. Now you can come back this week. You'll smack up the goats, and we'll move on. You'll get the bye, but an L here. You're teetering on the edge of the bye. You can let it slip, but you still got plenty of time. Cliff and Bones. Now, both teams were projected in the beginning before the week to do nothing, and they put up both above expectation scores. Cliff, I mean, pretty bad. Kenyon Drake, Russell Gage, Gerald Everett, Deontay Foreman, Jacoby Myers. Like, top to bottom, that's pretty brutal. I mean, you're really bad. I don't think you have a shot for the playoffs, to be honest. But we'll just keep it at that. I got something to say about your team a little bit later. Bones. I mean, I hope the Maldives is fun because your team's in shambles. I mean, L's this week. I think you're starting Callaway, Mitchell, Gainwell, some other bum that I can't even think of. Like, you were at the best team basically at the end of the draft, the self-proclaimed, like, going to get his first ring. You get married mid-season and you leave, and now, like, you're struggling 6-6. You can lose this week to the Owl. You're not looking good in your matchup already, and it didn't even start. And then you're going to be 6-7, maybe in a do or die. I mean, love wins, but fantasy team definitely takes a hit or two from that. Tom Goats. I mean, Tom had no Mahomes, no Tyreek, but had the Lombardi Lenny. I mean, this guy, I don't know where did this come from. He's scoring 4 tutties. I mean, now you're in that driver's seat. I think one more win will get you in to the playoffs. No team wants to face Mahomes, so you're a little dangerous. We'll see how it goes. The Goats. I mean, you had a great running back room at one point, but then you lost Swift, Henry, Michael Carter. Melvin Gordon might not play. You're just tough L's all around. You're 6-6. You're teetering on the edge. Now the top 6 teams deserve to be in the top 6. Me, Rob, Bones, Tom. I might have missed someone. Goats, whatever the 6 are. We have the 6 most points, and it's deserved right now. But those 5 and 7s, you got Phil. Some of these 6 and 6s got to start winning, or Dell will not make the playoffs. So let's go to the segments. Play of the week. We didn't get a goose. We had 4 last week. We got a little spoiled, but Tyler Higbee 0.8, not that great. I want someone to throw up a 0 this week. Let's get right back on track. We're almost at the end of the season. Not many more of these recaps. Let me get a couple gooses for the boys. The Phil he did of the week. C-Mac again, like, just guys made of glass these days. Like, see you later. Good question is he going to be a first-round pick next year? Something to ponder at the end of the year. Matchup to watch, I'm going Bones versus the Rat. Now, can Bones overcome working 15-minute hour weeks? He was going. His team was strong. He was researching. He was doing his thing. Now he's waking up, sipping a pina colada on the beach, not looking at anything, no care in the world. Like, do you really want to hang a banner? No. And the Owl needs this one, so he needs to regroup. So that's the match of the week. Last place prediction. I'm going Cliff. I know he's 5-7. We got the 4-8. I'm thinking these guys are going to win one more. Cliff's going to get 2 L's. Jim's going to pass him in points, and that's how we're going to get Cliff going to be the first 2-time last placer. And one last thing, Dalton Schultz, first touchdown. I know I gave out Dawson Knox last time. We're sticking to the white tight ends. Dalton Schultz, 11-1. Locking in. You got 20 minutes. So that'll wrap it up. Kim Jong-un, GM, commissioner of the league. And everything, just guys, don't forget, always, dictatorship over democracy.